vodka you have in there?
Shitload.
Fuck yeah.
What else would I put in it?
Rum?
Coke.
Captain Morgan? Sailor Jerry?
Captain Morgan, he's somewhere on this list.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our last two videos.
We'll give a fuck if you have or haven't.
Fair enough. Today in Tecmo Fantasy Sports Cast ESPN shit, we're going to be taking a look at the wide receivers here in the Tecmo Fantasy Owners League. We need like a little ticker that goes across the screen.
I know. We'll have it set up for the actual draft. Don't worry.
All right. I don't know how we get a ticker set up.
I'll just buy one.
We're going to do it. The fantasy wide receivers list, kind of interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
A lot of really close people money-wise, and you kind of have to take into account the second options here, because some teams are stacked. Like,
there was a lot you had to really look into with your wide receivers when you go to draft them. You got to look at their stats. You got to look at the receivers around them stats. You have to look at the quarterback stats. You have to kind of look at the team as a whole to see where exactly the team's going to go.
A lot of things. We only have 20 of these guys. We did put a couple extra on just in case.
Some honorable mentions.
Yeah, but when you guys are drafting backups and shit, do your own fucking work. We're not breaking down the entire league for you.
No, we got more important shit to do. Like, actually prepare to, win the league.
Yeah, unlike shitty people like the bum.
Yeah, the bum. He's garbage. Alright, well, let's get started here. The number one wide receiver on the list is...
Let's start with 20, like we have been doing. And go up.
The number 20 wide receiver on the list for you fucks is Wiley Quickman. That team owner dumped $72,000 into him, and he's got a quarterback that's a superstar and offensive captain that also has $61,000 dumped into him. Well balanced, so look for them to make some splashes for you.
He's locked in and probably your wide receiver 2 option. I mean, low end.
Yeah.
Not much upside to him, but he's quick. But he's not great. I mean, he's
wily.
He is wily.
That's true.
Probably picked him off my 8-Bit Brigade's cut list at the end of the year.
Bums.
So that brings us to number 19. Is this fag part of the Florida Gators?
I don't know. The Florida Gators are garbage.
That's true. DL Powell, whoever the fuck that is, I have no idea. DL Powell, although having more money dumped into him and being a superstar over Wiley with $75,000 in superstar ability, but he's only got a 58 throwing to him. And he is a superstar and offensive captain, but we kind of felt they're a coin flip, really. I mean,
honestly, they are. The main difference between the two wide receivers is a $3,000 swing on the wide receivers, a $3,000 swing on the quarterbacks. Powell is a superstar, though. So, I mean, that's really what the toss-up is there. You could take either one of them at 19 or 20, and you'd probably be okay. Again, they're both low-end wide receiver 2s.
It's your next one. That's your buddy, man.
That is my homeboy. The number 18 wide receiver, who I would draft if I was in this league and I had nothing better to do, but I'm not because I destroyed you all in the tournament, and now I am in the real league, is the Evil Green Ranger. He's evil. You will call his Dragon Zord and you will die. $77,000 dumped into this superstar. And he also has a superstar that's an offensive captain in at $55,000 chucking the ball to him. So, I mean, he's evil, he's green. He'll score touchdowns for you. Again, low-end wide receiver 2.
My next, the next guy on the list, number 17, this is my dude. This is the condom. Mr. Travis Magnum. Travis Magnum. Now, being $70,000 as opposed to $77,000 for the Green Ranger, both are superstars. However, the Magnum has an $89,000 superstar offensive captain quarterback thrown to him. $34,000 is the difference there. That ball is going to be way more accurately thrown and on time. Quite a few more times. So look for him to get a little more points than actually looking at this. He probably should have been a little higher.
Yeah, maybe.
That's okay.
That's alright. We did the homework, not everybody else. So.
Yeah, that's true. So there you go. Magnum, if you get him at the 17 wide receiver spot, you got him for a bargain.
Yeah, you get him. Good for you.
Much better people, of course, but
yeah, well,
shit happens.
Number 16 and number 15 are kind of interchangeable as well. Number 16 we have ranked as Kenny Dalglish. At number 15, we have Princess Cinderella. Daglish is a $72,000 wide receiver that is also a superstar, with a $58,000 superstar and offensive captain thrown to him. The little bitch princess, she's $67,000, but she's got a $76,000 superstar and offensive captain thrown to her. So we sat here and talked about this one at a little bit of length. Literally, it's a coin flip. Pick one.
I mean, yeah, do you want the more accurate throws or do you want the speed and the superstar boost? I mean, you might break some tackles, you might shake some tackles, but then again, with Cinderella, that bitch thrown, you might get some long bombs, some 80-yard passes out of her. So, as we seen last year in the TFO, Cinderella tore some shit up at the wide receiver 1 spot. I wouldn't be shocked if she did it again.
Me either, JB. Me either.
Number 4. The money goes down, but the quarterbacks go up here. Speed God Hermes comes in at 14. 66,000 superstar, but he's got a beast of a quarterback throwing to him. $93,000 superstar. I believe that is Zeus, if I remember correctly.
Definitely the almighty Zeus.
Quite a hell of a quarterback.
Bolts.
Yeah, them lightning bolts are going to be there. He's going to be throwing them fast. He's going to be throwing them accurately. So, fuck, I love beer.
I'm drinking vodka tonight.
As you should be.
Yeah. Number 13 is, it's basically the middle of the pack. And in my opinion, it's going to be the biggest risk and reward. It's Hollywood Hogan. He's dropping all the way to 13. He's a superstar and he's got $91,000 dumped into him. But he's got a quarterback that owns $31,000. He may turn out to be a stud. He may turn out to be a bum. My guess is it'll turn out to be a bum because he's a bum in real life. So.
Hollywood Hogan, your TFO boom or bust wide receiver fantasy.
Boom or bust 2015.
Number 12 comes to us by whoever the fuck team this is on. I don't know. Gabriel Artanis. Gadriel. I don't fucking know. I wrote it down in a hurry. Now, he's an $85,000 superstar. So keep in mind here, the jump from 14 to 13 and 12 is a very big gap. So if you're not drafting that 13 or 12 guy, you might want to wait a couple rounds to pick up another wide receiver. This guy's $85,000, and he's got a $96,000 superstar offensive captain throwing to him. The reason he's this low is because he's a wide receiver too. Dude's a second option. If you guys know anything about fantasy, if you know anything about fantasy, that doesn't matter. But in the TFO, that quarterback's going to look at his options in a certain design. Wide receiver 1 is 95% of the time above wide receiver 2. Now, you might have the wide receiver 2 getting covered by a less defender, a slower cornerback, a slower safety, what have you. So you might get some pickup there, but keep in mind he's a second option even though he's a beast.
Yeah, well said, JV. The next wide receiver on the list, number 11, is also a wide receiver too, so keep all that in mind as well. It's Malfurion Storm Rage. He's a superstar. He's $86,000. He's got a quarterback that's $82,000 deep. That's also the offensive captain of the team thrown to him. Again, like JB said, he's a second receiver. So, 11, 12, and 13 are pretty much all going to be your high risk, high reward. Maybe one of these teams, their wide receiver 1 goes down, or maybe Hogan actually stands a chance to catch a ball. But it's kind of boom or bust there in those 3 spots.
Well, Hollywood Hogan, I'm not scared at all of him catching balls. Is the fucking quarterback can be able to get him there before the defense. Because at 31,000, that's almost a core. They're going to be slow. They're going to be lobs. Anybody with a decent defense is going to pick that fucker off. But if you get broken coverage, he's busting it for a touchdown, 80 yards. Maybe. And that's a 15 fucking point play pretty much.
Maybe he's old.
This is very true, but he's probably on roids still.
Probably.
There's no roid rules in the TFO. Anything goes.
What you gonna do, brother?
What the fuck were we at?
Number 10, my friend.
Number 10, Nara Burns, 83,000. She only got a 72,000 offensive captain chucking the ball to her. But, 83,000 first option. She's probably going to put some points up. I see this team as probably a 60-40 run team because they didn't dump a lot in. Pretty balanced, which can be good. Keep the defenses honest. Low. This is your lowest of the low-end wide receiver 1s. And if you can get her in the 3rd round, by all means, take her. Maybe even the 4th if she'll drop that low, depending on how many people are in the league. Not a bad option. If you can get her as a wide receiver 2, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
but that means you probably don't have any running backs, and you're fucked already.
Yeah, you'd lose.
But, yeah, not really much else to say about her. She's your low-tier wide receiver 1.
No, well said, JB. You know, I'm just going to make another comment. I think that wide receivers 10 through 5 are kind of all at the person's drafting's discretion. They're all pretty solid, and they're all pretty good, so... Number 9, we have my personal favorite, Leonardo, the Blue Ninja Turtle, the best Ninja Turtle. He's better than Gay Donatello. Him and Michelangelo should have their own show where Raphael just comes in and beats shit up and Donatello cooks them breakfast.
That's fair.
He's a $100,000 stud receiver. $54,000 thrown to him. Master Splinter's old. He can't get around as well as, Hogan, who's on roids. Maybe Splinter should go on roids. Not a bad idea.
He's already on ooze. I mean,
That's
what
true,
the fuck else do you want him to take?
So, I mean, he's a wide receiver 1. He's got a nice running back to complement him, so look for him to make some plays for you.
If you guys really want to be good at the TFO, you got to look at every team, and you got to look at all their stats. We will have all the numbers and all the papers at the TFO draft party, which we're hoping to pull off at the end of January, since we'll already be in Columbus and already drunk. And we'll have to find a ride.
Absolutely drunk.
But, I mean, we'll have all the numbers, and you guys can take a look. But you really got to do some research into this, because anything can happen. Anything.
And will.
Oh, it very will.
Except for you guys winning. That won't happen because I crushed you all.
You know who else won't win? Those faggots who made real teams. They won't win either.
And the shitty Florida Gators.
Yeah, the Florida Gators.
Florida Gators. They have Jeff Driscoll as their quarterback. He's not even relevant anymore.
Suck it. Let's stop talking about fags.
Alright, let's go to number 8.
Sil Windrunner. I think he's the Assassins guy.
I don't know.
We didn't write down
Sylvester Stallone.
Okay, Sylvester Stallone. $86,000. No superstar or offensive captain.
Nope.
But he's got an $82,000 quarterback offensive captain thrown to him. Not too bad, pretty balanced. He's got 2 quarterbacks, both at $86,000. And his second option is actually the superstar, which is kind of weird. Maybe there's something in the playbook that we don't know about. That team's definitely a 60-40 pass.
Absolutely.
So, when they're in the red zone, look for one of these 2 guys to light up some points. They're definitely not running it. Yeah, that's your touchdown go-to on that team. So
absolutely, it is, without a doubt.
I think he's a good pickup. If you'll get him for a bargain, he's the 8th wide receiver, so I mean he's not going to go in the 1st or 2nd round. Definitely something you can keep your eye out for if he lets he slides down to a couple rounds.
He's a low-end wide receiver 1 and a high-end wide receiver 2, just
absolutely,
depending on where you can draft him. So, number 7 is Elrond
Arundel.
Whatever, fuck that guy. He's $85,000 deep, and he's got $95,000 worth of superstar and offensive captain as his quarterback. Again, just like Sylvester Stallone, it's going to be a good team. Look for him in your red zone to go one-on-one and make you some points there. That's all I got to say about that.
Fair enough. Number 6, this guy gave my team a lot of grief personally last season. Number 6 is Evil Dave's Captain Morgan. Ooh, I love me some Captain.
Come on,
or
gods.
Is that calm? Fair enough. Captain Morgan, $91,000 straight up, no superstar bonuses or offensive captain, and a $95,000 Rogue Dead Guy beer. That's an expensive fucking beer.
That's a great beer.
Throwing in some things. Now, they have a very good running back to complement. If anybody remembers, LaFin Dumonde tore the shit out of my defense last year. My guess is 60-40 pass. Okay. 60-40 pass. Either way, he's going to put up some big numbers he did last year. Defenses have to stay honest with this team. And even with the new coverage that they put in the season, I'm looking at him to make some big noise.
Look for that whole team to make some noise this year, JB. I think they have a really solid team.
I agree.
So, number 5 is the Sir Jamie. He's got $92,000 worth of weapons under his own 2 feet. He's also the superstar of the team. JB's breaking shit and throwing shit.
Damn it.
He's got, Lannister throwing to him, $95,000 superstar and offensive captain. He'll cut your head off.
Yeah, he will.
You let him get in front of you and he's going to burn you and you're done.
Number 4. This is where things get interesting.
Yeah. Business is about to pick up.
Yeah. If you're not drafting your wide receiver 1 through 4, I would wait until the 2nd round because there's quite a large gap between these guys. Sir Jamie, 92,000. Number 4, Funshine Bear with 114,000. Now this dude is maxed out. Maxed the fuck out. He is 9s in everything.
MFO'd.
And his quarterback is 126,000 superstar offensive captain, which is 100% max. The reason he is that far down is because he's a number 2 option.
Also a number 2.
Heath Gray's giant-ass gunslinging fucking offense is going to put up numbers.
Those cute and cuddly bears.
But do you want to risk drafting someone that high? That's a second option. Think about that before you pick him up. If his buddy goes down, you're looking at some serious fucking points going to that team. So
yeah,
that's not really boom or bust. You're gonna get some points off him. It's just how does the fucking Care Bear roulette wheel decide to distribute the points that day?
Yeah, I know that we have him ranked at number 4 in the fantasy wide receivers. In my own personal opinion, honestly, if you can get one of the top 3 guys and maybe somewhere in like the 6 to 10 range, Sunshine Bear is a high-end wide receiver too to me. Just because he's the second string wide receiver. Again, like JB said, if Grumpy Bear goes down, it's all day. Game over. So, the number 3 wide receiver in the TFO, Dante Drop It. $109,000. He also has superstar ability. And he has $78,000 of a superstar and offensive captain thrown to him. Again, he's probably the one pick there. He's studded. He's ready to roll.
Dude is a beast. He's fast and he can certainly catch. He just got that quarterback dragging him down a little bit under the other 2. Speaking of number 2, another wide receiver who is completely maxed out. I mean 100% maxed out over Funshine Bear. Wolverine. $114,000 superstar offensive captain. You cannot get any better than that. But his quarterback's only an 82,000 superstar. Not bad, but he's the number 1 option and his other wide receiver sucks. So unless they're dumping it off to the running back, they're chucking fucking bombs at this guy.
Chucking fucking nades.
Yes, fucking Gears of War grenades over the walls. This dude's going to be catching shit all day.
Boom.
And when he catches it, he's going to be breaking tackles and shaking defenders. If he breaks the one defender that's on him, good night. That's a fucking touchdown.
Might as well just stop and rest.
So he's a big money dude. Definitely worthy of a first round pick if all the running backs go. If you're drafting 7 and 8, and you can pick up like Wolverine and Dante Drop It on the snake, fucking go for it.
Absolutely.
That's going to score you big time points.
Super points. The number 1 wide receiver in the TFO, without a doubt, is Grumpy Bear.
Oh, yeah.
He's also maxed out at $114,000, and he's a superstar. What puts him ahead of Wolverine is that Wolverine's quarterback's only $82,000 deep. Care Bears have $126,000 dumped into their quarterback. He's a superstar and an offensive captain. He outweighs Wolverine, plain and simple. Like we said earlier, Funshine Bear is going to be a great wide receiver too on the team. Grumpy Bear's it. It's the Care Bears roulette wheel.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Are they giving it to Grumpy Bear, Funshine Bear, fucking Share Bear, whoever the fuck their tight end is, who's probably cost $98,000? Who knows? But that's the game you play with the Care Bears here.
Yeah, look for a shootout with that team every single game.
Well, they don't have a choice because their defense got picked up off Craigslist.
Yeah, their defense was definitely bought cheaply. So, I mean, some other notable mentions if you're looking for a reach and you're having to pull like an 18, 19, 20th ranked wide receiver, you can always go with Robot Mega Man. $77,000 dumped into him. His quarterback's a little low end, but you never know what can happen there.
Lots of play action with that team.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say anything.
Also, Daggett Beaver, $63,000 deep. Hey Arnold's thrown to him at $100K of a superstar.
You got faggoty Tim Brown on a real team.
Nobody cares about him.
No, we'll just skip him.
He's got $63,000.
Just shut up. No. Okay. Stop it.
You can say the last one.
Angel Gadriel, I think. I don't know. I don't read the Bible, wherever the fuck he's from. $73,000 and a superstar, but he's only got a $55,000 superstar offensive captain thrown to him. So, I mean, those are your 4 honorable mention guys.
Yeah.
Your flex spots in a crunch. I'd
waiver wire pickups if your wide receivers go down.
Much rather have a running back in the flex spot, especially in this league with the new way passing is going to be. But, absolutely. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, I really think Daggett can make some noise with the quarterback that he's got thrown to him. He'll be worth some points. He'll be the Odell Beckham Jr. of the TFO 2015 Fantasy League. But that's really about all we have for you on wide receivers. We'll be posting this so you guys can take a look at it, print it out on draft day. We'll also have it with us. Yeah, that's really all we got for you on the wide receivers.
Tune in next time. We're gonna go over defenses,
right?
Maybe even kickers.
Yeah, we'll have a whole DST kickers and defense in one video.
Right. So yeah.
Till next time, guys. Drink some beers and make fun of Seth while you're at it, because fuck the Florida Gators. They're stupid.
Yeah, Jeff Driscoll. Honestly, bro.
Fuck. I need to get a beer. Shut that off.